Mindful Life Practice community.
All right, so we are going to come down into a child's pose. My phone looks like it's frozen. Why is everything frozen? Oh, there, Ryan's moving again. I hope you guys can see me moving. On my computer is frozen. There we go. Okay, perfect. God, yoga on Zoom, right? Scoot the hips back and rest the forehead. Coming into your Balasana, coming into your child's pose. And allowing yourself to settle into this space. Settling into your surroundings. Settling into your practice. Start to turn on your parasympathetic nervous system by taking deep, full breaths in. And then out. In. And then out. And as you breathe in and breathe out, try to loosen and let go of the things that are stuck inside of you. This week I have been working with the theme Dvesha. Dvesha is this idea that we see things as we are and not as they are. Welcome, Rasha. Rasha just joined. Looking forward to chatting with you after, but glad you made it in. So we have emotional responses to things in our lives, and these emotional responses allow us to create stories around our experiences. And once you learn about this and you become aware of it, you can start to skillfully isolate between things themselves and the stories that we tell ourselves in our head about these things. So we're going to utilize our time on our mat today as an opportunity to explore this. Exploring what comes up for us when we experience yoga poses, our reactions, and seeing if we can experience the poses just as the poses themselves and separate from our reactions to them. So take one more round of breath in your tabletop, your child's pose. And then we're going to move rhythmically with our breath. Inhaling, coming up into a tabletop. And then exhaling, coming back into a child's pose. Keep going like this. So I have gotten really into this idea of a moving meditation I experienced it last week when I took Rowan's stress release class. We were just flowing with our own breath. And I found that it was a really beautiful way to kind of find the movement and find the moment. So we're going to do a little bit of that today in our Vinyasa Flow, and we're going to be working into back bends and heart openers. Taking one more inhale, coming all the way up into your tabletop, staying. And then going with the flow, inhaling into your cat. And then exhaling into your cat. Breathing into your cow. And then exhaling into your cat. Just allowing the breath to cue the movement and letting each articulation of the spine create openness, create space. Kind of move whatever has been stuck within you. And then take one more. And then come all the way into neutral, and then let's just see curve out to the side. So kind of expanding your rib cage, gazing over the shoulder, shifting back and forth. Take one more. And then come all the way back through center. Walk your palms forward, and we're going to come into a puppy pose. So bringing your heart onto your mat, resting your chin. Just kind of feel what's going on in your back today. And walk the hands all the way back up through center. Let's tuck our toes and let's up and back to our first down dog. Bend through the right knee, press through the left heel, and then pass the opposite way, pressing through the right heel, bending through the left knee. Keep going. Getting into your calves. Come all the way through neutral, and then inhale forward into a plank. And then exhale back into a down dog. Let's take this 3 more times, inhaling forward. And then exhaling back. 2 more, breath in. And then breath out. And then 1 more breath in. I want you to ripple forward and hold that plank. Now, plank is a pose that I used to assign a lot of discomfort towards, or what's the right word? I didn't like plank. And I would get annoyed coming into plank. I would get irritated holding plank. I would think I'm not strong enough to do this. I would put my knees down. This is all the stories we tell about our experience to ourselves, right? We judge our capability, we judge our strength instead of just doing the pose and experiencing it. So can you just be in plank pose and that's all it is, it's plank, not good or bad. Land your knees onto your mat, untuck your toes. Slowly lower, elbows drawing all the way back. And then walk your fingertips off the side of the mat, be tented. Inhaling, lifting your heart up. Exhaling to lower. We'll take a few more breaths just like this. Inhaling. And then exhaling. One more. Come back down, take your palms underneath your shoulders. Press up through a table. and then all the way back to a down dog. And you're gonna bend through the knees, gaze forward, and then just step your feet up to meet your hands. Take an inhale to halfway lift. Take an exhale to fold, and then bend through the knees, sit back, finding your inhale here. Exhale now. One more inhale here. One more exhale now. Take an inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Take an exhale, fold. And then inhale, circle your arms all the way up to stand. Exhale your palms into heart center. Take this series of movements 2 more times. This time moving on your own breath. Don't worry if you mess it up. There's no such thing as messing it up. So quit judging your experience. Just have your experience. Then after the 3rd round, we're all going to meet up in our Tadasana. No rush, no hurries or worries. Typically, when I lead this in a class, I'll wait for us all to meet up at the front of the mat. But the only people I can see are Yasser and Ryan. So I'm just going to judge based on them that we're all here standing at the front of our mats. Take an inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. Take an exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, lower back down, plant your palms, step your feet back, finding yourself into a plank. And we're gonna vinyasa all the way up to a down dog. Take your right leg up towards the sky, 3-legged dog. Draw your right knee in, step your right foot between your palms. Land onto your left knee. Take an inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. So you find yourself in an Vinyasa. If you have a sensitive kneecaps, feel free to cushion by placing a blanket underneath the knee. We're gonna take cow face arms in this pose. Did this yesterday in Lujan's class, really enjoyed it. So take your right palm, place it onto your left shoulder, and then take your left palm, land it on your right elbow, and draw your right elbow back. And maybe you stay here. Perhaps you release your left arm and then flip it back and see if you can either grab hold of your t-shirt or hook your hands together and then lift through your heart, opening through your shoulder blades. Take 3 breaths. And then unwind the arms and stretch them both up towards the sky. Hinge your hands forward, walk your fingertips back as you lengthen over your right leg, and then keep your left fingertips tented on the mat and start spiraling the right arm up towards the sky. So you're taking a hamstring stretch, a little bit of a twist, and then take 3 deep breaths as your collarbone spreads. Land your right fingertips back down, bend through the right knee. Walk your fingertips forward. Tuck your left toes, lift your left knee. Keep your left palm planted as you once again spiral your right arm up towards the sky. And then we're gonna step all the way back, bringing yourself into your Vashisthasana, your side plank. Staying here for 3, for 2. And then on 1, land your right palm, travel through your vinyasa, come all the way back up to your down dog. Yeah, you got it. Opposite side, left leg lifts. Draw your left knee in, step your left foot between your palms. Land onto your right knee. Reach your arms up towards the sky. And then we'll take that on the opposite side. So plant your left palm on your shoulder blade, plant your right palm on your left elbow, draw the elbow back, and then release the right arm and see if you can hook the fingertips together. Connecting here for 3, for 2. And then on 1, release that grip and inhale both palms up. Exhale, take them forward. Walk your fingertips back as you lengthen along the left leg. And then keep your right fingertips tented as you lift your left arm up so you're spiraling towards that left leg, taking 3 full breaths. And then land your left palm again. Walk your fingertips back. Tuck your right toes, lift your right knee. Plant through the right palm. You're gonna spiral out towards the side. Left arm lifting up, take 3. Take 2. And then 1, land your left palm. Travel through your vinyasa. Come all the way back up to your down dog. And then bend through the knees, gaze forward. Hop or step feet to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend through the knees, sit back, coming into your chair. Take your palms into your heart center. You're going to inhale, lift to your elbows. And then twist your right elbow onto your left knee. And now keeping your left foot where it is, see if you can draw your right heel up so you're balancing just on your left foot and staying here. Yeah, you got it. 3, 2. And then on 1, step your right foot all the way back so you're in this twisted low lunge with your left foot forward. Slowly unwind all the way through center. And then land your right heel and open up to a warrior 2. Let's inhale, reverse the warrior. Exhale, come all the way back up. And then interlace your palms behind the sacrum as you breathe in, lift your heart. And then humble your heart forward, humbled warrior. Head is tilting down towards the ground. Take 3 deep breaths. And then slowly tilt up to stand. You're gonna release that grip. Take your palms into heart center. Lengthen through your left leg. Bend through the right knee. Start slowly reaching all the way back, finding your skandasana. I never do this pose because I hate it, but we're gonna do it because we have to do the things that we hate, right? We're not gonna grow if we keep avoiding or placing an emotional reaction to a yoga posture. Yeah? Come all the way up. Lengthen through your left leg. Reach your left fingertips forward. Walk your right foot in a tiny bit and then hinge forward. Trikonasana pose on this side. And then we'll shift weight onto the left foot and left fingertips, coming up to an Ardha Chandrasana. Take your right hand down. Reach your right leg high, high, high. Standing splits for 3, for 2. And then 1, step your right foot all the way back. Land through your right palm. Spiral your left arm up towards the sky. Yeah. You guys are I think a little confused because I'm not doing my normal flows. We're mixing it up today, throwing you off. Land onto your right heel. Step your left foot all the way back. Find yourself in a side plank. Staying here for 3, for 2. And then on 1, I want you to step your left toes behind you and then open your heart into a wild thing. And then come all the way forward, land your left palm, and then now travel through your vinyasa. And now come all the way up to your down dog. Deep inhales, deep exhales. And then bend your knees, gaze forward, step or hop feet up to the front of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Bend through the knees, chair pose. Hands at heart center. Inhale, lift the elbows. And then exhale, twist left elbow, right knee. Now, once again, start to shift weight onto your right foot, kicking the left heel back, holding here, 3, 2, and then on 1, step your left foot all the way back, bring yourself into this twisted crescent lunge. Let's slowly unwind and then open all the way into our warrior 2. Yeah, you got it. And then interlace your palms behind your sacrum, inhaling, and then hinge forward, humbled warrior. So typically in most yoga flows, you start with the right side first, and then you do the left side second. I mixed it up today, not on purpose, by accident, but it's kind of nice to do things in a different way, right? Your body almost runs on autopilot sometimes in yoga, and by switching it up, we're kind of keeping ourselves on our toes. Let's lift all the way up. Take your hands at heart center, lengthen through your right leg, and then slowly come all the way back into Skandasana on this side. And you might notice that one side is totally different. I can barely do this pose on this side. Right leg's extended, right toes are lifted, you're bending through the left knee. I don't know why, I can't do it on this side. Come all the way up, all the way back. Lengthen through your right leg, shorten your stance a tiny bit, reach the right fingertips forward, and then hinge forward, right fingertips alongside right leg. Shift weight onto the right foot, lift all the way up, Ardha Chandrasana. And then land your left fingertips, frame your foot, lift your foot higher, 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 3, 2, and then on 1, step the left foot all the way back. Plant through your left palm, lift your right arm up towards the sky. Step all the way back, Vashisthasana, side plank, 3, 2. On 1, step your toes back, lift your heart, back bend, wild thing. And then come all the way forward, moving your body through a vinyasa. Come all the way back to a down dog. And then land your knees on the mat. Let's take another puppy pose. So walking your hands forward, landing your chin or your forehead. One of the things I really love about Lijan's teaching is that she always comes back to like an anchor pose. Yesterday it was this pose, it was puppy pose, and she invited us to notice if space was being created. So maybe notice that after moving through one flow. Is there more space here being created? I want you to imagine that there's a little marble in front of your nose and see if you can slowly slide that marble all the way forward until you're coming into your Sphinx pose on your elbows. Nice. And then take your arms alongside your hips and lift your legs up, coming into this superhero. So you're reaching from the crown of the head all the way through the tippy toes. Breathing in and breathing out for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then on 1, lower. Take the palms underneath the shoulders. Let's lift up to a tabletop. Nice. Now from your table, you are going to lengthen your right leg up behind you. Bend through the right knee. Lift your right foot up towards the sky. Maybe lifting your left arm, coming into your tiger. So gripping your left palm onto your right ankle, and then just kicking back into this back bend. And then take it the opposite way. So landing your right knee, and then lifting your left leg, gripping your right palm to your left ankle, lifting your heart. And then we're gonna try, release the right foot, release the left knee. We're gonna try that Vinyasa Flow one more time with a couple things added on. So perhaps washing it out with a little bit of cat-cow. And then tuck your toes, lift up and back to a down dog. Bend through your knees, gaze forward, step or hop your feet to the front of the mat. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Take an exhale, fold. Bend through the knees, sit back, find your chair, your Utkatasana. Can you just be in this pose? No reaction. No love or hate relationship with it. It's just a chair. Take your palms into your heart center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist right elbow, left knee. Now play with your balance. It's okay if you fall. Can you kick your right heel towards the bottom? Hovering here. And then extend your right leg all the way behind you. Nice. Okay, so option one, you stay in this prayer twist. Option two, you might reach your right hand down towards the mat on the outside of the foot. Yeah, you got it. Nice. Left arm up towards the sky. And then option three, if you're working on this bind, you might wrap your left arm around and then wrap your right arm around and see if you can grip your palms. Nice. Beautiful. And then maybe if you have the bind, you might hop the right foot forward and step all the way up into your revolved bird of paradise. So extending the left leg forward. Nice. Yeah. Step your left foot all the way back down. Step your right foot all the way back. And then unwind all the way. Land your right heel. Warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, come all the way up. Interlace your palms behind your sacrum. Breathe in with your heart. And then hinge forward, humbled warrior. Come all the way up to stand. Take your palms into your heart center, lengthen through your left leg. Lift onto your left heel. Skandasana. And then bend through the left knee, step all the way back up again. Turn your left toes to the front of the mat. Walk your right foot in a tiny bit. Lift your arms out, find that T, and then reach forward. Left arm alongside left leg. If you want to stay in Trikonasana, go ahead. If you want to shift weight onto your left foot, go ahead, half moon. And maybe you kick towards the bottom, coming into your Ardha Chakasana. Release the right hand, release the right foot. Frame the foot with your hands. Lift your right hand higher, higher, higher. 3, 2. And then on 1, we'll step the right foot all the way back. Take your long, low lunge. Then this time you're going to land onto the right knee. Leave your right palm where it is. Take your left arm up towards the sky and then reach the left arm back. And you might stay here and you might kick the right heel towards the bottom, coming into a quad stretch. And then if you have the right foot, release it. Tuck your right toes, lift your right knee. Roll onto the outer edge of the right foot. Step your left foot all the way back, Vashisthasana. And then step your left toes behind you. Lift your heart, coming all the way into your, what is this thing called? Wild thing. And then we are going to come all the way down to sit on the bottom. And then take your left foot to the inside of the right leg. And then take an inhale with your arms reaching up. And then reach the fingertips forward, coming into a Janu Shirshasana, forward fold. Lift all the way back up. Land your right fingertips. Land your left foot back on the mat. Lift up one more time into this wild thing. And then come all the way forward, land your left palm, land your right foot, your left foot coming into your plank, and then flow through your vinyasa all the way up to a down dog. Bend through the knees, gaze forward, hop or step feet to the front of the mat, inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold, chair pose one more time. You got this, lift up, arms reach overhead. If you're thinking not again, notice that that's a reaction. Can you just be okay with this pose being this pose? Hands at heart center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Trust weight onto your right foot. Kick your left heel in towards your bottom, finding your balance. And then extend your left leg all the way back. And then maybe reaching, extending the left arm, extending the right arm. Perhaps weaving your arms together, making that connection. Finding your bind. And then maybe revolve bird of paradise. So stepping the left foot in, lifting the right leg all the way up, taking 3, taking 2. And then on 1, step your right foot down, step your left foot back, unwind. Come all the way up, and then land onto your left heel. Warrior 2. Inhale, reverse. Exhale all the way up. Interlace the palms behind the sacrum, breathe in, lift your heart, and then hinge your heart forward, humbled warrior. Lift all the way up. Lengthen through the right leg. Release your grip, hands at heart center. One more time. Skandasana. Oh, I hate this pose. Release the emotional reaction and then try to just do the pose. I especially hate it on this side. Does not work for my body. Come all the way up again. Lengthen through the right leg. Walk your left foot in, reach your right arm forward. Hinge your right arm forward. Take your right arm alongside your right leg. And then start shifting weight onto your right foot and your right fingertips, lifting your left arm up. And then maybe taking that Ardha Chandrasana, keeping the left heel towards the bottom, holding here for 3, for 2. And then on 1, release your left palm, land your left fingertips, walk your fingertips back, reach the left leg up towards the sky, 3, 2. On 1, step your left foot all the way back. Land onto your left knee. Leave your left palm where it is. Inhale your right arm up towards the sky and then reach it back. And then maybe you can kick the heel towards the bottom, taking your quad stretch. Release your left foot. Tuck your left toes, lift your left knee. We're going to step all the way back, all the way into your Vashisthasana, your side plank. And then step your right foot behind your left leg, lift your heart up. Before slowly coming all the way forward to land on your bottom, this time your right foot is on the inside of your left leg. Inhaling your arms up, and then hinge your body forward, taking your Janu Shirshasana, your forward fold on this side. Lift all the way up. Land onto your left palm. Step your right foot down again. Inhale up into a back bend. And then come all the way forward, plank. Take your vinyasa all the way up to your down dog. Nice, you got it. Bend through the knees, gaze forward, hop or step feet to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And then inhale, circle all the way up to stand. Reach your fingertips up towards the sky. Take your hands at heart center. All right, so we have accessed the hamstrings. We've worked on back bends, open through the quads. We're progressing towards Nada Ajasana, which is dancer's pose. Back bend, balancing pose. So you're gonna anchor your right foot on the mat. Plant both hands on the hips for now. Kick the left heel back and just hold it here. So what you're doing now is engaging the quad. And then you're gonna open up your left hand like you're holding a tray of drinks. Yeah. And then reach your left hand to the inside of the left foot. And then reach your right arm up towards the sky. And then see first if you can kick back without tilting forward. And then when you've kicked back as far as you can, then tilt the body forward. So balancing poses. In my experience, this is generally where the most judgments come up. I'm so wobbly today, I can't do this, I suck at yoga. Those are the stories you're telling in your mind. That's Dvesha. And can you just be in this pose? Whether you're falling or whether you're feeling more stable today. Can you just be in this pose for what it is? No judgments, no stories, no thoughts. It's complete acceptance of this pose. Come all the way up to stand. Land your left foot. Take your palms at heart center. Give yourself a moment for it to wash over you. And then we'll transition to the opposite side. So kick your right heel towards the bottom. Engage the quad. Hold the tray of drinks. And then grip the inside of the right foot. Kicking back first, and then when you can't kick back any further, lean the heart forward. Come all the way up to stand. Land your right foot, land your palms at heart center. Take a few deep breaths. Take a big inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. Take an exhale, forward fold. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Take an exhale, lower. Step back, float through a vinyasa. Come all the way up to your down dog. Bend the knees, gaze forward. Just hop the feet into crisscross. Plant your feet on the mat and roll all the way down. So we're gonna finish off with one more back bend. And option one is just to come into your bridge like this. Pressing into the palms, pressing into the feet, lifting the hips up. If wheel is part of your practice, if you wanna go there, you're gonna plant your palms, lift your hips up. Lift your heart. Taking one more round of breath. And then slowly lower everything down, tucking your chin. Maybe taking the knees into the chest, giving your body a nice little hug. And then we're just gonna flip over. So rather than coming all the way up and around, you're just gonna flip over. You're finding yourself in a Sphinx pose, facing the opposite direction, and then you're going to draw your right knee up along the mat. So it's like sliding around the earth. Lift your right arm up, send your left arm underneath, and then start to roll open, find yourself into a twist. So this is the same pose, just a different way of entering it. I want to tell you guys a story about Dvesha. When I was 21, I started dating someone who I had been close friends with for a long time. And this person had a series of what he called psycho ex-girlfriends that I had known over the years. And one day I walked into a bar and saw him kissing one of them while I was still dating him. And I became aware that all those ex-girlfriends weren't psycho after all. We're gonna come all the way back through center. And then we're gonna come into that twist the opposite way. So you're gonna take your left knee all the way up, lift your left elbow, send your right arm underneath your left, and then start to spiral open into your twist the opposite way. This was one of the most upsetting things that had happened to me in my life. Because up until that point, I believed in the inherent good of all people. And it was really disturbing to know that someone who I had called a friend for so many years and then thought I had fallen for was really not the person he said he was the whole time. And for a long, long time, I could not get over this. I talked badly about him to anyone who would listen. I thought I was a victim. I was angry at him. I wanted revenge. I actually remember one of my friends threw a drink in his face, and I was like happy she had done that. Come all the way back through center. And we're gonna come up into a down dog just for a moment, using it to transition into a pigeon pose. So take your right leg up, draw your right knee in, lay your right shin across the width of the mat, wiggle your left knee back, and then start to come forward into pigeon. To, it's not okay. And my emotional reaction was completely that I created the pain and suffering that lasted for so many years after. Right? Like, it's normal to feel betrayed. It's normal to feel hurt. It's normal to grieve, but you have to find a way to move through it and let go, or you're going to be the one holding yourself back from your own healing. So in the past 2 weeks, I've become aware that my last relationship was exactly like this one. And of course, it's upsetting to feel like you've been duped again. But last night, I had this epiphany. That I'm totally at peace with this situation. I've just become in complete acceptance of it. Right? I'm not calling myself a victim. I'm not telling people that he's a bad person. I'm not angry or hurt or resentful. I'm just moving forward. Let's take our palms up, lifting all the way up into a down dog. And then we're going to take that pigeon on the opposite side. So what has changed? It's not that I covered up my emotional reactions. It's not that I pushed them away. I felt a lot of things when he hurt me. I felt a lot of pain. But I'm no longer telling a story to myself about it that's making it worse. Right? Things happen, we have a reaction, and then it's our job to process and heal in whatever way we can so that we can feel lighter and we can move forward. And Dvesha is one of the roots of human suffering, and it's when we hold on to that pain and that hardship and we keep ourselves stuck in it. What I've learned is that if we hold on to anger and if we feel resentful, we're not holding anyone back but ourselves from our own healing journey. Take your palms under your shoulders. This time we're just going to roll onto the bottom, coming all the way forward. And then lying all the way back onto the mat, taking the knees into the hug, taking your knees into the hug, taking your knees into the chest, giving yourself a little hug. Right, so Dvesha, we see things as we are and not as they are. And in what ways do you create a story in your mind that causes a bit more pain than is necessary? And in what ways can you lighten the load a little bit and let go? Taking one more round of breath in this hug. And then make your way into your resting pose, whether it's Shavasana, whether it's seated, whatever you choose. It will be a short and sweet Shavasana tonight. Rest easy, knowing that I'll bring you back when the time is up. When you're lost and alone, or you're sinking like a stone, carry on. May your past be the sound of your feet upon the ground, and carry on. When you're lost and alone, or you're sinking like a stone, carry on. May your past be the sound of your feet upon the ground, and carry on. Carry on, carry on. Give your body a nice little wake up wiggle. Run a nice long stretch, fingertips all the way through toes. Take your body into one more little hug. And slowly make your way up to seated. Take your hands into heart center. Lengthen up through the spine and soften the shoulders. And take a moment to identify if there's one thing that you want to carry from this practice off of your mat and out into your life. And we'll seal with an Om, taking an inhale and an exhale, and an inhale through to Om. So big breath in, big breath out, big breath in. Thank you for sharing the space and the practice with me this evening. The light that resides within me sees and honors the light that is in each and every one of you. Om Shanti Shanti, peace. Namaste.
The Mindful Life Practice Community.